So it looks like Ned Nwoko's marriage with the Regina Daniels marriage is crashing. It's obvious that it's not going to work. So yesterday, Ned Nwoko, in his usual manner, came up again to demarket his wife and his family. He said these videos show Sammy, Regina's brother, repeatedly coming to my house and harassing my children and domestic staff, especially whenever I was not around. His visits were often aggressive and disruptive. This is someone I sponsored through his last 2 years at the University of Eboma. I bought his musical instruments, rented and furnished a flat for him in Abuja, in addition to the house I bought for Regina in Asaba before our marriage for the use of all of them. I also routinely provided allowances to all members of the family, including her mother, Rita Daniel. Indeed, in the last 2 years, I have recorded a transferring 125 million naira to her alone. When Regina started her rehabilitation, there was a clear instruction by the doctor to strictly restrict people, especially her enablers, from having access to her. The therapy was arranged after I noticed troubling changes in her behavior linked to her dependence on certain illegal substances, including going for 48 hours without sleeping and eating every 2 hours. Unfortunately, Sammy, Destiny, and some of their siblings, together with a few of their friends, notably Sonia, Uche Montana, amongst others, constantly defied these instructions. They would come into the house uninvited, sometimes forcing their way in, and would bring her the same drugs she was being treated for. Instead of helping her recover, they encouraged her addiction and completely frustrated the efforts of the doctors and therapists working with her. It is important to note that Lawrence, Sammy, his girlfriend NK, Destiny, Sonia, and others also took the same drugs as Regina. So it's a league of druggies right now. That's what Ned Nwoko is telling the entire world. In fact, Lawrence and Sammy were the ones who first introduced and supplied these drugs to her. Now it's no longer the black devil called Annie, like he revealed to us in the first episode. So they were deeply involved in the habits themselves, and rather than helping her get better, they kept drawing her back into the same destructive lifestyle. I do not drink alcohol nor smoke. In fact, I'm a vegetarian, so I found these characters and behaviors reprehensible and totally unacceptable. Just 4 weeks ago, I woke up around 4 a.m. and realized that Regina was in my room, and on the phone she was clearly high. So this time Regina decided to, fire back. Regina has been keeping quiet, but this time she decided to fire back at Ned Nwoko. She said, "Ned, how could you lie so openly and without even small remorse? You know my family has absolutely nothing to do with this. You have always tried to cut them off because of the bond we share, and now you are trying to make them look bad for no reason. Fine, I did drugs." So this is the first time that Regina Daniels is admitting that she do take drugs. Now she says she did drugs. So we're not trying to know if she was doing this drug before she met Ned Nwoko, or she started doing drugs after she met Ned Nwoko. So she said, "Fine, I did drugs. So what? Is that even the issue between us? The moment we had a fight, you rushed to the police shouting drugs, 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 because you knew it would make a perfect story for the media. Something dramatic enough to distract everyone from the real issue. You want to find a reason to arrest everyone around me so that I will have no one left beside me, no friend, no support, no safe place to turn to. Then, when I'm completely isolated and broken, I'll be forced to come back to you because I will have nowhere else to go. That has been your strategy. Break people down, make them weak and powerless, and then have your way with them. But guess what? It's not going to work this time, not anymore. You say you want me to go for rehab, but you are the same Ned who always wanted me high because, in your words, I'm sexier when I'm high. You liked me that way because it made me wild and romantic, exactly how you wanted me to be. Why don't you also tell them how you forced yourself on me whenever I said no? Why don't you tell them how you lock me up, seize my phones, and suddenly declare me mentally unstable the moment I say I no longer want to be in this relationship? But once I change my mind, just to get out of that locked room, suddenly I'm fine again. I'm no longer mentally unstable and apparently not in need of rehab anymore. Why don't you also tell them that all your wives and ex-wives are on drugs? And can you be kind enough to explain to them why that is? Why don't you also tell them how you locked me up and doctors lock me up, and doctors to inject me with drugs meant for people with bipolar disorder. Why don't you tell them how you take my phones for weeks just because you hate that I talk to my family a lot? You have never seen me act incoherent, stumble, or lose control, so just stop. Every problem we've had started when I no longer wanted you, whether sober or even high. Stop using the drug narrative to create distraction. Tell people the truth. I understand, Sha. You are feeling rejected and hurt, and you are struggling to make peace with the fact that it's all over. Let me make this very clear. No matter how much you think you spent on me, it can never equal the value of the time I gave you, my prime years, my energy, and the career opportunities I sacrificed while being with you. And for the record, I would have filed for divorce long ago if there was ever a legal marriage between us. We were never married in any court of law, and no documents were signed. Leave me alone. Ned, marriage is not by force. Love is not by force. Stop trying to control what no longer belongs to you. You see, this is where Regina now hits Ned Nwoko hard. He's a lawyer. He knows the law. He didn't marry Regina Daniels through any court of law. He married her through the traditional. In fact, there was no white marriage that was done. Though the white marriage not even the foundation. The traditional marriage. The only traditional marriage that bind them together. So currently, this lady is said to leave Ned Nwoko, and she said it's all over. So all these things Ned Nwoko is doing, very dark man revealing that Ned Nwoko is planning to arrest Regina Daniels' mother for defamation and all that, went to work. The lady has made up her mind. So nothing works here. The marriage is all over. And then Nwoko should stop, ruining his image instead of trying to protect it. You have a wife, and then the best thing you feel you should do is just to come online to destroy her reputation. She's on drugs. Okay, now she's admitted, and she also revealed that all your wives, present and past, they were all on drugs too. According to Regina, his next strategy to tell them to be on drugs so that they could be romantic is shameful. Why can't he release Regina Daniels' brother? Why move him from one location to the other? It's embarrassing right now. But the bottom line is, Ned Nwoko ain't getting Regina back. A lot of people started trolling the Moroccan wife because the Moroccan wife, went online that she's busy building her peace and mind and all that. She just obviously celebrating Regina Daniels' problem with Ned Nwoko. But every Nigerians online dig up her previous post where she also declared that she has divorced Ned Nwoko, and also revealed that Ned Nwoko forced her to apologize, which she did, and she's back with Ned Nwoko. She came back to claim that she listened to a lot of advices from outside. Now she has known herself. And Ned Nwoko also accused her of doing a BBL without his knowledge. Accused, her of going clubbing with other men without his knowledge. So Ned Nwoko has this, people call him manipulator. They said he has this tactics of destroying his wives publicly. The damage he has already done to Regina Daniels, there's no husband anywhere that could do it to a wife. First you say she's a drug addict. Now you are saying that she's always high, she always eat every 2 hours, this and that, she's on rehab. It's unbelievable. A lot is about to go down. But the bottom line is, Regina Daniels have stated the obvious. Ned Nwoko, being a lawyer, should have engaged this lady in court marriage. So there's no court marriage. I don't really know what people are making fuse about. As long as there's no court marriage, traditional marriage, Regina Daniels has reason why she should move out of the marriage, because Ned Nwoko already admitted that he slapped Regina Daniels.
You've lived in the UK for years. You cannot go to a court in the UK here and tell the court I slapped her 2 times. You can't say that.
I will say that.
No, you won't say that in the UK. Yeah, you won't.
I will say that anywhere. Let me tell you.
In the UK.
Oh yes, let me tell you. I will slap if my wife does something.
Because Regina Daniels' elder brother in UK posted it on his social media handle on Instagram. The voice note is all over everywhere, and it's not even AI. That's Ned Nwoko's voice admitting that he slapped his wife. So you don't have right to do that. And he said he can do it. He can do it anywhere. The guy asked him, "You have lived in the UK. Can you do it in the UK?" He said he can. Is the husband? He can do it anywhere. So while he's trying to tarnish the image of Regina, he's dragging himself to the mud. It's a shame.